It's time for episode 35 of the Viral Marketing Show. You are going to learn how to build a permission-based email list. So welcome back. It's episode 35 of the Viral Marketing Show. I am Frank Klesitz, your host and the co-founder of Viral Marketing, where it's our mission here on the show to help you attract business, attract clients by publishing educational information online so people find you and you stay in touch with your database and people get to know you online by spending time online with you, which makes it so much more easier to do business when you're talking to people you know than people that you don't. Or more importantly, people who know you, is it really scales. A really good database, goes beyond just the people you know. It's the people who know you, which you can do by scaling yourself, by getting on video and doing something I do here on my show, which we do for our viral clients here. And before I get to the show today, we're going to talk about how to build a permission-based email list, not some spam list, not some list of emails that you rip off online or some emails that you kind of questionably generate, let's say online, of what they really opted in for. I mean a real permission-based email list of people who are excited and want to hear from you, because that's where email marketing is heading, is that if you don't have permission from people to email them, it is getting more difficult, it is hard. Email service providers' terms of service are strengthening up. They're auditing their lists. And if you don't have a permission-based email acquisition strategy in place, the world is moving forward not in your favor to be able to do your email marketing. So one of the questions we've been getting a lot here at Viral is, how do I build really a solid permission-based email list so everyone that you email actually wants to hear from you? It's a lot simpler than you think. It just requires a little different change in your strategy. And that's what we're going to cover today. And that's actually one of the steps of our official video marketing plan that you can go to the homepage of our website, getviral.com, and download the official video marketing plan. It's the plan we recommend for you and the plan that we implement for all of our clients here at Viral Marketing to help you reconnect with your number one business asset. I say this every show. Do you know what it is? It's your database. It's your clients, it's your past clients, it's your centers of influence, it's all those people that you've known, you built a relationship with over the years. What are you doing to stay in touch with them? We have to reconnect with that list. And that plan goes to reconnecting with your list, adding people to your list, communicating with your list, and then proactively making offers to it or calling the people who are engaged for business. So step number 2 of the official video marketing plan that you go down and read is about how to build your list. And I want to give you a little update. I want to update the material. I'll be rewriting the official video marketing plan in the coming months for version 2. I want to give you a little preview of this section of what you need to do to build a permission-based email list. That is what we're going to cover today. So let's get right into it. Now, for the longest time at Viral, when we started the firm maybe in 2009 is when we started our firm. As long as you had an existing relationship in some way where people knew you or you were connected with them, it was fine to email somebody. That was the standard. But here's the deal. The terms of use of email service providers, the email service provider we use now at Viral Marketing, who's wonderful, is Emma. You can actually go check out Emma online, EMMA. I believe they're based out of Nashville. And that's the account that you get as a Viral Marketing client. We load your emails into an Emma account and we send your emails through them as a service provider. They're fantastic. Okay. But now it's getting more strict of who you can actually email. And the highest standard I can give you is that you've had recent permission to email somebody. So I'm not going to get into today reconnecting with your list of who you have permission with and not. I want to talk today about adding people to your list. If there is anything that you can do to get the best results on the Viral Marketing plan, it's actually not create great videos. It's building a strong list. You can send a poor video that isn't that good out to a great list of relationships and you get response. You can send a great video out to a poor list and still get bad response. All right. So the most important thing you do is to build your list. So let me give you a couple tips. Let me get into it. Let me teach you today, follow me, of exactly what you have to do to build a permission-based email list of people who want to hear from you, because my goodness, that is a valuable asset that you can monetize. People will call you. People will do business with you. So let's get started. So my first question to you would be, is how many people do you speak with about what you do? Think about it. Think about all the people you speak with during the day on your appointments. Maybe you're doing lead follow-up. Maybe you're prospecting. Maybe you're at an event. Whatever your cup of tea is of how you go about talking to people, how many people do you talk to a week about what you do? Or more importantly, if you have a team or you have a firm, how many people in your firm? How many people does your firm talk to a week? Think of all those opportunities and think of how much work it goes into make those conversations happen, right? Well, here's all I challenge you to do. At the end of every existing conversation that you're already having, whether it's with a client, a customer, a prospect, whatever it may be, all you have to do at the very end is offer them a free subscription to your newsletter. Got it? Offer them a free subscription to your newsletter. And by newsletter, I mean your video blog, your video emails, whatever it may be. But I think newsletter people can really resonate with because that's really what you're doing. You're publishing a newsletter twice a month. Here's how the script goes. Hey, it was great speaking with you. By the way, we published this newsletter that helps solve this problem. I'd really like to give you a subscription. It's totally for free. If I can get your email address, I'll send it to you. We publish it twice a month. It's full of really useful tips and the videos are great. What's your best email address? I want to give you a free subscription to our newsletter. And you would personalize that for your industry. If you just could somehow lead your team or remind yourself by putting like a big giant sign in front of your computer or phone, I want you to think about all of the missed opportunities you've had by all the conversations you or your team has been having because you're not asking permission to stay in touch. Look, if you're going out and you're talking to people and you're only looking for people who want to do business now, that's like 3%, let's say, of the conversations you're going to have are people ready to do business now. Most people will do business with you later on, and they'd be happy to have a relationship with you. If you could just ask for permission to stay in touch, if you can offer a free subscription to your newsletter at the end of every conversation, that one thing is what takes businesses that sputter along like this. The businesses who actually start building an email list get more come work with me inbound calls over time. And it's not that expensive, whether you have a database of 100 people, 1,000 people, or 10,000 people. It's pretty much the same, short some email credits to get the message out. So how valuable is a permission-based list? So think about it. If you're talking to 100 people a week, let's just say a third of people would say, yeah, absolutely, send me your newsletter. That's 30 people a week. 120 a month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, yeah, 120 a month. You know, that scales up over time of all the people you're adding to your list. So here's what I want you to do. If you have a team, okay? If you have a team, when you do your team meetings or you're meeting with yourself, if you're a team of one, you probably track in some way how many dials we made, how many contacts we made, how many appointments we set, how many contracts we got signed, how many customers do we have, and how many referrals do we get. Something like that is probably in your team meeting. Those are the metrics that drive business, some type of sales meeting like that. But here's what I challenge you to do. I want you to add another key performance metric to your sales meeting. So it's not just dials and contacts and appointments. Here's the order. It's dials, contacts, permission, then appointments. You see, when you speak to somebody, if they're not ready to do business now, or really for any reason for that matter, you want to make sure you have permission to stay in touch. And if you already do, re-ask for permission to stay in touch. And every time that you get an email address or you get permission from staying in touch, that is a valuable asset. All right. So how much permission do we get this week is a question you want to ask yourself and your team. It could be 30 people, 40 people, 50 people. Think of how that's going to compound over time. And how much does this cost you? How much does it cost you to add this email acquisition strategy into your business? Nothing. Just a little bit of focus. That is a cost, but just a little bit of focus to make sure that you're doing this. It's like the biggest thing that you could do to get better results with viral marketing is making sure you give us a strong and powerful list of people who want to hear from you. And that is one of the best ways to do it. Now, let me give you a little side tip. All right. Here's what normally happens with many of you who are clients. You're building your database, you're asking for email addresses, you're asking for permission, and you get it, and it goes in your database. And it's not until 2, 4, sometimes 5, 6 weeks later, they get their first message from you when your video goes out. Now, do you think that person you spoke with 5 weeks ago, let's say, remembers what the heck this video is? No, they don't. So I want to ask you a question. When you go opt in on an online form, when you go to a form online, you put your email address into, for anything really for that matter, what's the next thing that happens? Well, you get a subscription confirmation email, don't you? You put your email address in, then boom, in your email inbox right away, boom, subscription confirmed, or hey, here's what you asked for, etc. One of the things I'm going to write in the new official video marketing plan is making sure you and all of our clients have a great and outstanding subscription confirmation email. So if you get 60 email addresses over the phone, or you can even do through an email chat or a text chat, you get permission to stay in touch. You want to make sure that once you add that person to your database, a subscription confirmation email is sent to them right away. You can get these cool plugins for your email browser, like on Gmail, that have templates, where all you have to do is pull up a new email in Gmail, click insert template, click send. That's your subscription confirmation email. And that confirmation email, by the way, is the #1 opened and clicked email of any type of message in internet marketing. So the email that goes out after there's verbal permission or online permission, let's say for an opt-in or a subscription, when the confirmation goes out, it is the most opened and most clicked email of anything. So make sure that email looks amazing. I want your picture there. Let's get pictures of you and your firm. Let's get all your reviews in there. Let's include a link to your blog, a link to your YouTube. Let's include your backstory of who you are and who you help, and a call to action to do business with you. Make sure that goes out so someone can be on the phone with you, maybe don't know you that well. That subscription confirm email goes through, they open it, boom, they see you on there. That's something you want to put in place. So my first answer to how to build a permission-based email list is just start asking permission from your existing conversations and making sure you get permission, you offer your free newsletter. Make sure right away a subscription confirmation goes out right away that you can fire off through like an email template in your email browser or your email program rather. And that's going to solidify the people in your database. And now they can continue to get your newsletter that goes out on the viral marketing plan. What does that cost you? Just some focus and time. Doesn't cost you any money. All right. Now there's a problem with everything I just said. Okay. There's a problem with everything I just said. You see, in order to get sales, you have to be marketing to your target market. And for many of you, you're not necessarily talking to the people in your target market all day long. You have random people calling you that will never hire you. You're at events with people that will never hire you. And you're building a database. You're getting permission from people to stay in touch. But you're not building a database of people that have, let's say, the means or necessarily the need to give you money. And that's a problem. We have many real estate clients here at Viral Marketing. You might be in real estate watching this. And they're not building a database of homeowners in high turnover neighborhoods that need to sell their home. They're building a database of a bunch of random buyer leads all over the country and people opting in online that think about buying a home that really have no intent. Now, which database or which list of permission would you rather have? Would you rather have a list of a bunch of random people that have no interest in what you do really, or no ability to buy or hire you? Or if one, let's say if you were a real estate agent, it's a ridiculous question, but a bunch of homeowners in a high turnover neighborhood that are likely to hire you? Well, you would pick the latter, okay? So here's the second step. In order to build a great permission-based list, not only do you be asking permission from people to stay in touch with your subscription confirmation email, but you also need to pick a target market and buy a list or compile a list of the people in your target market. I will use real estate for an example. If you are a real estate agent, you need to pick a farm. And a farm is a specific part of town of homes that you want to sell, of homeowners you want to build a relationship with. And the size of your farm is simply dependent upon your resources. If you're broke and you don't have any money or really any time, your farm can be a street of homes, right? And as your resources expand, that farm can get bigger. That's usually what happens. Someone starts off, they have a small farm, they get some money, and they slowly expand that farm. That's called attacking on a narrow front. They talk about that in The Art of War, which is a book that was written a very long time ago. But when you have limited resources, you have to attack on a narrow front. So here's what I'm getting at. You need a strategy to get in front of your target market. And your target market may not know any idea who you are. And you may not even have a plan of how you're going to go about talking to them. So your other conversations are happening through your existing means, okay? But to go after a whole new market of people that don't know who you are, to break in, let's say, into a farm or any target market for that matter, that's very difficult. How do you get in front of them? Now, there's different strategies. You can cold call them. You can go knock on their doors, all right? You can direct mail them. There's lots of different ways. But let me give you a message that makes it so much easier to reach out to a cold list of people. And the strategy is invite them to an event. You see, when you invite someone to an event, it's a great reason to reach out. And it's like, oh, that's very nice. So in the case of this farm, You create a seller workshop where you're going to teach people how you can sell their home. You create, this party at the community center or whatever it is, or maybe you have a a couple weekends from now, you're going to have a block party or some type of garage sale, whatever the event is. And your reason for reaching out, the reason for maybe just emailing them one-on-one, for calling them, for stopping by, for doing any advertising is come to the event. It could be even open house if you're a real estate agent. The point is, you get a cold market to an event. It's so much more easy to make that happen. And now when you meet all the people at the event, get all their contact information to bring them into your list. And that way you have a very strong way of building relationships with total strangers that are actually strong because they all came to a one-to-many event, and bring them into your list. And what's beautiful about event marketing, and why I'm going to include this, it's a great strategy to break into a cold market, a cold target market, is it's much easier to lead with a secondary offer into a cold market rather than a primary offer. Let me explain. A primary offer would be, do you want to hire viral marketing? But instead, a secondary offer is come to one of our workshops or watch the show. It's much easier to get someone to come to a low-cost workshop or watch the show than to say, my primary offer of hire viral marketing. I'll go back to the real estate agent. Your primary offer is hire me to sell your house. But you just can't walk around to a bunch of strangers saying, do you want to sell your home? Do you want to sell your home? I'm sure it works if you ask enough people, but it's certainly not very enjoyable or way to build a business. All right. It's much easier to go into a cold market with an invitation to an event, an excuse to start a conversation, if you will. And it's also a lot easier to hire people to do that for you, to invite to an event. It's much easier to hire people to make a secondary offer to a market than it is to go around making the primary offer. Okay, so let me recap. Here's how to build a permission-based email list. Number one, start asking permission to stay in touch. Start offering your video newsletter, your twice-a-month video newsletter on the official video marketing plan to everyone you speak with or everyone your team speaks with. Encourage your team to do it, Then make sure you have a subscription confirmation email that goes out right away. That's the first way. The second way, go build a list of your target market and get some way, pick your choice of how you want to get in front of them. Direct mail, calls, messaging, Facebook ads, whatever. But focus on a target market. The size of that target market is based upon the resources that you have. Start small if you don't have much. And get a plan in place to reach out to them, to introduce yourself, and get them to an event. People will come if your event solves a problem or connects the community. And then at the event, that's how you meet people and bring them into your database. That is how you build a business, not running around like a salesperson with your head chopped off trying to chase the next deal. Okay? And that's how you go from chasing business to attracting business. So that's what we're all about here at Viral Marketing. So I challenge you to end watching this episode to think about, what are you doing to build a permission-based list? What are you doing to gather contact information of people who want to hear from you so you can send them your educational content, so people spend time with you online? And either one, people call you to do business, or when you call them, they have a conversation with you, and it's very easy to find out if they have a need that you can solve. All right? So my name is Frank Klesitz. I want to thank you so much for watching this show. If you like this episode, if you want to watch more episodes, we're up on iTunes. You can go to Facebook. We're also on YouTube. And if you go to our website and scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can put your email address in. You can subscribe to my newsletter by putting your email address in. And I'm sure you will get a subscription confirmation email. So maybe you can model that of how that works. All right, I can capture your email address by you putting it on the website. We can also capture your email address by talking on the phone. Same subscription confirmation email. You can go there and opt in. And if you have any questions you'd like to answer for me on this show, just go to getviral.com/ask. And my producer, Peter, who is right behind the camera, will reach out to you and see if I can answer a question for you on the show. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next show.